Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH the Flame Emperor episode number 197 based on novel. So let's start. On this day, although it was close to night, with Xiao Yi's pull, he also headed towards the Daobao area. Are you going out? Xiao Yan had not yet decided whether to call Muing or not when he just passed by Muing's residence, and the girl suddenly spoke slowly. Someone wants to run out in the middle of the night, but he doesn't know what he's going to do. Damn it, let's go with you. The next moment, another sweet voice sounded in the room, and when he looked up, it was Ling Xian. Then, let's go. Xiao Yang looked at the two daughters and said directly without hesitation. Although Ling Xian speaks very meanly, her heart is not bad. Xiao Yang knows this, and Muing's words, I am afraid this is the last chance for the two of them to meet, although Xiao Yang has no other feelings for Muing. Thoughts. But when she thinks that she is a human being converted from Shenyang, she has more or less sympathy in her heart. Because you don't need to think about it to know what kind of inhuman torture you need to endure. Go. I've heard that the bustling city of Shuah town is very lively, and I never had a chance to stroll around. Ling Xian said, and then dragged Muing to the front, while Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi were helpless. Followed behind. Big brother. Xiao Yi said suddenly and solemnly. Well? Xiao Yang turned his head and asked. I always feel that this sect competition is not so simple. Moreover, the Xianling royal family ignored the fact that you killed their third princes, Xuanmu and Qi Haoran. I think there should be something hidden in it. Xiao Yi said. I know this. However, the soldiers will block the water and cover the soil. And after the sect competition, I should leave here. Xiao Yang said earnestly. Brother, have you decided? Xiao Yi said in surprise. Well, it's decided. Kaylin is here, but Zuna and the others are still missing, so we can't waste time. Xiao Yang said. Wherever you go, eldest brother, I will be with you. But recently I always feel weird, it seems that something in my body is guiding me. Xiao Yi said. I'm afraid it's the sequelae of the breakthrough. Xiao Yang said. Yes. As soon as the words fell, Xiao Yi did not continue to speak in order not to distract Xiao Yang, and everyone came to the downtown. Not to mention, this bustling city is located in the center of Shuah town, and the lively scene does not need to be less in Xianling City. Emperor's first-grade earth pill, Feng Yang Yin. It is said that taking this medicine pill can greatly increase the user's speed, but it's a good thing for killing people. Where else? It's actually a second-grade Emperor rank Shendan, treasure snake pill. This thing is the nemesis of the snake people. With it, it can defend against the snake venom of the Medusa family to a great extent, and it can also come and go freely on the Medusa site in the Desert of Death. As soon as he entered the downtown area, Ling Xian said a series of medicinal pills that Xiao Yang was familiar with, which made Xiao Yang look at him involuntarily. Although these things are precious, they are too much of a fuss for us at the moment. Let's go, the more precious things are still in the depths of the downtown. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he led his two daughters towards the depths of the downtown. And deep in the downtown area, a group of people familiar to Xiao Yang also slowly appeared. In the depths of the downtown, the two teams of men and horses slowly confronted each other. The leaders were two women. The auras of the two women were completely different, but they had a unique charm. Did your poison sect send so many people? Senior sister Xiao Qi of Wanhua Pavilion nodded slightly and said. You seem to have fewer people. On the other hand, the senior elder sister Wu Po, who took the lead in the poison sect, also refused mercilessly. This time the sect competition, you and I both know it. Xiao Qi said slowly. Well, the protagonist of this sect competition seems to be here. After Wu Ju finished speaking, he pointed to the back, and then saw the four of them walking towards here. There will be an appointment in the future. I really want to see your progress. After Xiao Qi finished speaking, she turned and left here. I can't ask for it. Wu Ju replied softly and left here. I didn't expect you to have a good relationship with the two forces of Wanhua Pavilion and Poison Sect, but these two guys still don't let anyone. In the crowd, two burly men said. Senior brother, they are. And Du Chun was at a loss. Because in the Jiayue ruins, I also saw the Fenxiang Pavilion, Wanhua Pavilion and the three forces of the Poison Sect cooperating. How can they be evenly matched now? Elder sister of Wanhua Pavilion, Shochi, and senior sister of Poison Sect, Wuju, are old rivals, so even if the two forces have a good relationship, it won't change the fact that they are so hostile. Feng Hong said with a smile. Xiao Yang. As soon as Feng Hong's voice fell, Du Chun suddenly found out that it was Xiao Yang, and couldn't help exclaiming. The next moment, he was about to rush up to greet Xiao Yang, but was stopped by Feng Hong. "Don't go," Feng Hong said with a solemn expression, and then he stopped talking, staring viciously at the powerhouse hidden in the dark in front of him. There are 3 figures hidden in the crowd, all 3 figures are dressed in expensive and gorgeous costumes, and the breadth between the eyebrows is also very comparable. Naturally, the 4 of Xiao Yang didn't know these things, so they went to the depths of the downtown and wandered in peace. Mother Earth has the mysterious effect of refining the body, and it only sells for 1 million gold coins. Don't miss it when you pass by. Ju Xian Tian Iron, the only material for refining magic weapons, only costs 5 million gold coins, don't miss it. Some businessmen kept shouting, trying to attract passers-by to stop, because these businessmen, they are some old and cunning people. Once they find that you are interested in something, they will do their best to increase the value of the treasure. Xiao Yang, Sister Yingying and I will wander around first, and we will meet with you later. Ling Xian made a face at Xiao Yang quite cleverly, and then dragged Mu Yingying to another place. When did the relationship between Ling Xian and Mu Yingying become so good? Xiao Yang couldn't help but wonder. This Ling Xian was called Sister Yingying, which was something Xiao Yang had never heard of. Brother, you don't know. When you retreated and left before you, Mu Yingying spent a lot of time in Ling Xian. I don't know why, but their relationship has really improved. Xiao Yi he touched his head and said, "Let's go, let's take a look too. If you're lucky, you might be able to find some treasures." Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi looked at each other, then walked around. And in the dark, a voice also sounded slowly, "Follow Xiao Yang, I will meet the woman who transformed into a human being." After the man finished speaking, he disappeared directly on the spot, and the strength of the 2 figures around him should not be underestimated, and they actually reached the level of the middle stage of the 7-star Do Emperor and the late stage of the 7-star Do Emperor. Yes. On the 4th day, all the lords. The 2 of them heard the words, agreed slightly, and followed Xiao Yang closely. It seems that there are not many things we need in this Daobao area. After wandering around for a while, Xiao Yi said helplessly, "It seems that today's luck is not good." Xiao Yang also shook his head and said. After speaking, he didn't stop, and walked towards the last place in the downtown area. If there was none here, I'm afraid this downtown area would be a waste of time. Walking slowly, he found an old man sitting leisurely with his eyes blank, with his own booth in front of him, but Xiao Yang's eyes just saw the things on the old man's booth, and he was attracted at that time. "Old man, how do you sell this thing?" He squatted down lightly, and did not touch the items on the booth for the first time. Xiao Yang opened his mouth slowly, and then put his eyes on the items on the booth and said, "1 Emperor rank 2nd grade Shendan can be exchanged." The stall owner barely opened his sleepy eyes, glanced at Xiao Yang, and then spoke. What caught Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi's eyes was an old man with white hair and even a white beard. But Xiao Yang knew that no one who could set up a stall in the bustling market of Shuah town would be easy to provoke. The old man in front of him was very likely to be a strong man. An Emperor rank 2nd grade Shendan? Will it be a bit more expensive? Xiao Yang said with some pain. As a pharmacist, Xiao Yang naturally does not care about the value of this thing, but if he buys it directly, the old man will probably increase the price, so Xiao Yang wants to give the old man an illusion that this thing is worthless, and he is just buy it to play. "Hey, boy, don't think I don't know the value of this thing. If I hadn't been able to decipher something that could be seen by ghosts and immortals in the ghost world, I'm afraid I wouldn't have taken it out." The old man seemed to realize that Xiao Yang seemed to have a strong interest in this, and immediately joked. "Something that ghosts and immortals in the ghost world are interested in?" Xiao Yang couldn't help but glance at the broken metal below. There was only one item on the old man's booth. The item was wrapped in a pile of tattered copper and iron. It looked like a mysterious stone the size of a fist. 1 Emperor rank 1st grade Tiandan. Xiao Yang said lightly. This thing looks bland. If it wasn't for Xiao Yang's soul power to perceive another message, I'm afraid Xiao Yang wouldn't waste his time. "Boy, I can't crack this thing, so I can't buy it and sell it. Since you are interested in this thing, there should be a way to crack it. I think you should know the value of this stone better than me, so my price will not be less." The old man retorted Xiao Yang. "Hey, senior, I just think this thing is related to me, so I want to auction it off. Furthermore, if I have the method to decipher it, who can say that there is such a good thing in this thing? If it's a pile of broken copper and iron, then I have to pay a lot." Xiao Yang said with an unkind expression. "What a boy with sharp teeth and a sharp mouth. But this thing is destined for you, so I'll sell it to you." The old man thought for a while and then said, "Junior thanked my senior." Xiao Yang heard this, and was overjoyed in a hurry, and then his acceptance ring flashed, and a good quality emperor-level medicinal pill was in his hand from junior high school. "Hurry up with your things, I have to go back too." The old man said something, just about to take Xiao Yang's medicine pill, but was stopped by a fierce fight. "Who?" the old man shouted angrily. "Ha, old man. It's naturally a busy market here, so the one with the highest price must get it. I'm also very interested in this stone. Why don't you sell it to me at double the price?" The two figures also appeared slowly, and smiled at Xiao Yang, their smiles full of killing intent. "Yo, even these two guys are here. Who are these two guys? He looks so arrogant. This guy is Xiao Yang, who is in the limelight at the Funxiang Pavilion, don't they know?" "What do you know? These two guys are the subordinates of the four great heavenly congregations in the Shenling royal family today, and these two should be the fourth among the four heavenly congregations, the subordinates of Tianxing, Tianyu. The subordinates of the middle stage of the seven-star Do Emperor and the late stage of the seven-star Do Emperor. This star is really scary enough. What's the matter? Tianxing is the weakest of the four heavens, and the other three are much more tyrannical than him." There were intermittent voices from the crowd around him. "Is there a four-day congregation of the Shenling royal family? I haven't gone to find you yet, but you have brought me here by yourself." Xiao Yang sensed the strength of these two guys and was not too surprised. In the middle stage of the seven-star Do Emperor and the late seven-star Do Emperor, Xiao Yang was not afraid now. "I have already sold this thing to this little brother, so you should go back and forth wherever you go." Bai Fa looked at the two members of the Shenling royal family and ignored them, put away Xiao Yang's medicinal pill, and refused. "Road. Thank you, senior." Xiao Yang heard the words and immediately put the stone away, and then looked at the two people beside him. "Boy, I advise you not to provoke some enemies that you can't afford to provoke." The two members of the Shenling royal family spoke slowly, with great resentment in their voices, but more disdain. In their Shenling royal family, Xiao Yang is the first person to kill, but now seeing Xiao Yang's strength in the early stage of the seven-star Do Di, it can't help but look small. "Are the dogs of the Shenling royal family so arrogant? But since you guys dare to ask for trouble, if I don't respond a little bit, I'm afraid people will be despised," Xiao Yang said with a smile. The smile just dissipated, and the figure suddenly moved like a ghost, while Xiao Yi, who was on the side, was about to make a move, but was stopped by Xiao Yang. "Do it." When Tianyu saw this, Xiao Yang immediately started action and immediately did not bother to talk nonsense with him. After all, the task Tianxing gave them was to test the reality of Xiao Yang's strength. And even though Tianxing had told him not to confront Xiao Yang head-on, Tianyu too were eager to make contributions, and when they saw that Xiao Yang's strength was only in the early stage of the seven stars fighting emperor, they couldn't help but feel proud. Shentian hand. Mysterious yellow palm. Tianyu directly stimulated the huge energy of life in their bodies, and a terrifying wave attacked directly towards Xiao Yang, who was whistling. Small trick of carving insects. Seeing this, Xiao Yang couldn't help but smile, then lightly tapped his toes, deftly avoiding the attack of the two, and then drove directly in front of the two, clenching his fists, facing the hungry chest of the two, suddenly blast. Bang bang bang. Following Xiao Yang's place, Tianyu took several dozen steps back, and there were traces of blood on the corners of their mouths. The audience was silent. Who would have thought that a guy in the early stage of the 7-star Do Emperor would actually defeat a middle-stage 7-star Do Emperor and a late-stage 7-star Do Emperor with one blow? If you want to get ahead, let your masters come, otherwise, the two of you will be no different from dying. Xiao Yang repelled the two Shenling royals with a single blow, and said with a slight smile, his voice full of arrogance. Bastards. Although Tianyu underestimated the enemy, their strength was the real mid-stage 7-star Do Emperor and late-stage 7-star Do Emperor. In Xiao Yang's hands, they couldn't hold it for a single round, and the two couldn't help cursing. But if they knew the price of Xiao Yang's soul power, they probably wouldn't think it was a fluke. Let's go. The two cast a vicious glance at Xiao Yang before preparing to leave. Xiao Yang had nothing to do about it. Although this place was already located in Shuah town, he still couldn't hurt anyone at will. We have it too. After finding Muing and the others, it's time to go back. Xiao Yang said softly. It seems that the burning incense pavilion is about to rise this time. Some other onlookers couldn't help but say, obviously Xiao Yang's actions just now shocked them. And the white-haired old man who sold things to Xiao Yang just now muttered, this little guy has the scent of burning incense pavilion on his body, no wonder I'm so familiar. It seems that Zhu Jin and the others are here too, so I should go back to the round. After the white-haired old man finished speaking, he also got up secretly, preparing to follow Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang, Xiao Yang. It's not good. Just when Xiao Yang and the two were about to start, a slightly embarrassed figure ran towards Xiao Yang quickly, and the aura on his body was slightly unstable. Ling Xian? What's the matter? Xiao Yang just saw Ling Xian, and immediately realized that something might have happened, and hurriedly asked. Sister Ying, Sister Ying, she was entangled by guys from the Xianling royal family. Ling Xian said intermittently. Ads by Pub Future. Take me there. Xiao Yang frowned when he heard this, and said directly without saying much. But that guy is the fourth among the Xianling royal family's 4-day congregation, and the strength of the 7-star Do Emperor is perfect. No, let's hurry up and ask Uncle Zhu Jin for help. Ling Xian said with great worry in her heart. With me, let's go. Xiao Yang didn't care, he said something, his eyes were full of chills. Let's go then. Seeing the firm look on Xiao Yang's face, Ling Xian didn't want to refuse, and took Xiao Yang to the other side of the busy city. Hey, little beauty. Why don't you go back with me obediently, so as not to be tortured? Otherwise, I'm a little reluctant to do something with such a delicate skin and tender meat. On the other side of the downtown area, Muing stood on a relatively open ground, her eyes fixed on the smiling man in front of her. Humph. Dream. Muing snorted coldly and said immediately, then don't blame me for ruining the flowers. Look at the move. After Tianxing finished speaking, his figure shook violently, and then a dazzling energy of life emerged, covering his body as much as possible, and then attacked Muing directly. Hey, there's a good show to watch now. These two people, one is the 4th star of the Xianling Emperor's 4-day congregation, and the other is the leader of the disciples of the Funxiang Pavilion's hall. There were many people in the crowd who liked to watch the fun, and they immediately exited. Is this incense-burning pavilion no matter what? Such a beauty is no match for Tianxing. Tianxing is one of the powerhouses who participated in the sect competition on behalf of the Xianling royal family last time, and now her strength has reached the perfect level of the 7-star Do Emperor. This beauty's strength is only in the early stage of the 7-star Do Emperor. I am afraid she will suffer. Among them, there were some sharp-eyed people in the crowd, looking at the two in the field, and then spoke. It's so strong. Muing saw that Tianxing did not use any fighting skills, but simply used the power of life to attack her, and immediately said something. This Tianxing obviously wanted to take Muing as a warning to the monkeys, and give them a slap in the face of burning incense pavilion. At this time, there was also a trace of eye-catching scars on Muing's right arm. These scars were just to help the spirit Xian left and was caused by Tianxing. Bang bang bang! Muing also opened her jade hand, and a dazzling beam of flame emerged, instantly focusing Tianxing's attack. However, after a short while, the star in the sky skyrocketed, and immediately defeated Muing's attack. And after Muing noticed it, her hair and eyes were rendered azure blue, and an indescribable terrifying aura slowly appeared. It's now. Tianxing seemed to have expected Muing to be like this, and then laughed, but in that hand, an extremely eerie hand, rendered in blood, suddenly shot out at Muing. According to King Xianling, if this Muing has changed her hair and pupils, she will be a holy flame. If she kills her, she will be able to obtain holy flames. Blood handprints. Above the hand, there is an extremely terrifying aura. I am afraid that under this blow, Muing will not die, but will also be seriously injured. Damn, it's too late. Muing originally wanted to use her transformation to use the power of holy flame to repel Tianxing, and she could leave, but how did she know that Tianxing's feint just now was just to wait for the moment of her transformation? Collapse. Go to hell. Tianxing's figure rapidly enlarged in Muing's beautiful eyes, but Muing couldn't do anything at this time. Holy flame palm. Just when Muing was helpless, an angry voice sounded slowly. Crash. A khaki-yellow holy flame suddenly appeared, and immediately slammed into Tianxing's ***** handprint. At that time, the attacks of the two were evenly matched and dissipated. Who? How dare you meddle in the affairs of my Xianling royal family? Can't you find death? Tianxing was extremely unhappy when he saw that his attack was blocked, and looked closely at the man with heavy feet in front of him. Don't look for it. It's the one who took your life. Xiao Yang did not shy away and said directly, Sister Ying, are you okay? Ling Xian couldn't help but ask softly, looking at the shocking and careful scar on Muing's right arm. It's all right. Muing saw Xiao Yang coming, and her azure hair and pupils changed to normal. We didn't cause trouble. We were just hanging out here when this guy attacked me. Just now, Sister Ying was trying to cover my retreat, and this guy injured her right arm. Xiao Yang, you have to avenge us. Ling Xian's voice was full of grievances and said to Xiao Yang. Right arm, right? Xiao Yang turned his head and asked Muing when he heard the words. En. Seeing Xiao Yang coming, Muing couldn't help feeling warm, as if he was there. She was not afraid of the sky falling. It's a very good scene, but in the early days of the 7 Stars fighting Emperor, I took myself too seriously. Seeing that, Tianxing couldn't help laughing at Xiao Yang. Then I'll abolish his right arm. Xiao Yang said with a hearty smile, and as soon as the laughter fell, the entire bustling city seemed to freeze. Field. How could it be possible? Tianxing, who was still laughing at Xiao Yang's self-control, suddenly realized something and was shocked. Do not. No. It's not a domain, this is a bit like the Holy Flame space. Tianxing looked around, and now he was trapped in an unknown space, and the figure in the downtown disappeared. With Tianxing's cognition, he naturally knew about the Holy Flame space. The presence. This space is extremely vast, and there are only 5 people including himself and Xiao Yang. Hihi, Big Brother's Holy Flame space is really a magical thing. Seeing this, Xiao Yi naturally laughed. Just now, when everyone was still in the downtown area, Xiao Yang directly used the Holy Flame space. At this time, everyone was already in another space. Is there a 4-day congregation of the Xianling royal family? Xiao Yang looked at Tianxing in front of him, and said with a slow smile, his voice was full of chills. Don't be mad. When Tianxing saw this, he knew that he was now in a disadvantageous position, so he said coldly. Since you hurt her, use your life to pay for it. The fire is coming. Xiao Yang said softly, and immediately within his body, a stream of khaki holy flame suddenly poured out. The khaki yellow holy flame just poured out, and the holy flame space was immediately filled with a sacred aura, which made Tianxing extremely uncomfortable, and even the aura dropped slightly. Damn it, it really is holy flame. And Tianxing also realized that in this holy flame space, the suppression of himself was too great, and he had the intention of retreating. Blood curse, start. Tianxing also knew that Sheng Yang was some evil nemesis, so he did not hesitate. A blood curse exploded directly in his body, trying to use his skyrocketing strength to directly break through the sacred flame space, but Tianxing was underestimated. The power of holy flame. Is it a 4th level blood curse again? It's not too late. Xiao Yang spoke slowly, his voice was full of wildness, and an aura like a king slowly appeared in the holy flame space. Holy flame crystal. Huaxin Tianyang, Sheng Yang suppresses evil. Destroy. Xiao Yang was at a height below 0, holding the holy flame crystal in the palm of his hand, and the source of holy flame emerged directly, and then roared away at the stars. Crash. The power of holy flame was like a moth, directly attached to Tianxing, preventing the death blood curse from being completely exploded. This flame, get out. Tianxing just activated the blood curse. Xiao Yang used the power of holy flame to suppress it, so at this time Tianxing was burning with khaki flames, looking extremely embarrassed. This guy, he deserves it. If you don't use the blood curse, it may not be so easy for the big brother to deal with him, but since the blood curse of the alien clan is used, then Sheng Yang is a heavenly restraint to the power of the alien clan, so Tianxing uses the blood curse. No, it's different from dying. Xiao Yi said with a smile. I greater than I. I don't know why, but I always feel that there are a few huge breaths, so is it my illusion? But Mu Ying looked at some hidden places in the holy flame space and murmured to open the door. As for Ling Xian, she was staring at Xiao Yang, trying to learn something. Xiao Yang, let me go, otherwise the Xianling royal family will not give up. At this time, being entangled by Xiao Yang's fire heart Tianyang, Tianxing also had the intention to retreat, because he knew that once the blood curse was activated, it could not be withdrawn. And being so contrasted by the holy flame, I am afraid that it will not be long before it will be completely turned into a mummified corpse. Late. Go to hell. Rock-breaking heaven burial. Xiao Yang said immediately after seeing the holy flames filled with holy flames everywhere in the holy flame space. As soon as the voice fell, in the entire holy flame space, countless holy flames flew directly towards a certain point in the air and gathered away. I greater than I. And that point has also become more dazzling and terrifying under the infusion of countless flames. Die. Seeing that the crushed rock burial was almost compressed, Xiao Yang lightly tapped the star that was struggling to support the sky below. Suddenly, a huge spot of flame roared away, and the star's pupils also flashed. A hint of fear of death. Elder Yi, save me. And Tianxing couldn't care less about such a huge attack at this time, so he could only shout in the holy flame space. Ha ha! When did the guy from Burning Incense Pavilion become so arrogant? And as Tianxing's voice fell, an old man slowly appeared in the holy flame space. The old man slowly appeared, and he lightly tapped Xiao Yang's attack. At that time, Xiao Yang's seemingly powerful attack was instantly shattered. I greater than I. Sure enough. Xiao Yang couldn't help but say when he saw this scene. Ever since he had just met Tianyu, Xiao Yang had faintly noticed that a strong man with the Shenling royal family was in the busy city, and it was unexpected that it was true. And the guy in front of him is actually Yi Mo, the deputy head of the dragon-loving legion of the Shenling royal family. Duo Shengyang, and the daughter of Ling Mengsheng, the master of the Earth Palace, are really a good lineup. Yi Mo casually glanced at Xiao Yang and the others, and said casually, "Big brother." At this time, Xiao Yi's face also showed a hint of madness. "Senior, if you don't show up again, I'm afraid your disciple will be kidnapped. I think you don't want to see it like this. Master of the Hall of People." Xiao Yang also shouted into the holy flame space. "Hey, he is really a good boy." As Xiao Yang's voice fell, a figure slowly appeared in the holy flame space. "I greater than I. Selling things to our old white man?" Xiao Yi said immediately upon seeing that the person who came was the white old man who had just sold things to Xiao Yang. "Yi Mo, you should take good care of your people. The blood curse just now, everyone present can testify. What else do you have to say?" said the white old man. "By Ya, you are not dead." Yi Mo's expression changed, and the white old man in front of the old man said, "I didn't die, and I was lucky enough to break through to the half-immortal." After the white old man by Ya finished speaking, a breath of the half-immortal powerhouse suddenly burst out, and the spirit of the breath faintly pressed Yi Mo. "Ha, some tricks for carving insects can't make it to the table. Well, since the sect competition is about to start tomorrow, then we won't stop there. I hope you can achieve a good result this time in the Funxiang Pavilion." After Yi Mo finished speaking, he waved his hand and disappeared into the holy flame space with Tianxing. There are problems with Yi Mo and Tianxing. As Yi Mo and Tianxing left, Xiao Yang spoke slowly. In their bodies, there is an extremely thick aura of foreign evil races. Although it is very weak, it does exist. Muing on the side also spoke. "Okay, these things are not what you need to worry about, it's not too early, you should go back quickly." After the white old man finished speaking, he took a step directly, and then Xiao Yang's holy flame space was dissolved out of thin air, and everyone appeared. In the busy city. "Let's go back." The four of them nodded and then walked towards the residence. The old man Bai, who was in the same place, murmured, "The ghost world should attack us for Shentian 3 days in this sect competition, but the Shenling royal family colluded with the foreign evil clan. Could it be that they want to annex the Blood River continent? Could it be that they cooperated with the ghost world on the surface, but actually colluded with the evil race outside the territory, in order to annex the Blood River continent? Also, Yi Mo's strength has soared to the half-immortal level. This is not normal. It seems that I can't go back for the time being. Let's clarify this matter." After the old man Bai finished speaking, he disappeared instantly. After Xiao Yang and his party returned to their residence, Xiao Yang gave Muing some healing medicine, and after taking a look at the recovery of the injuries of the 7 people in the Heavenly Palace, they returned to their residence with confidence. It's finally safe from danger. Xiao Yang returned to his residence, used his soul power to surround the residence, and said immediately, "Hey, boy, now I know that there are people outside the world, right?" And just after Xiao Yang sat down, the Soul Eater in the body said, "Originally, Tianxing used the blood spell to kill him, but I didn't expect this guy to be protected by Yi Mo. And I remember that Yi Mo was only a 9-star fighting emperor when he went to the Medusa family. How could he soar to the level of a half-immortal in a short time?" Xiao Yang asked in confusion. This should be related to the blood curse of the alien race. If this Shenling king didn't have some big conspiracy, I'm afraid he wouldn't be so willing to be driven by the evil clan outside the territory. "People of the Shenling royal family, you have to be careful," the Soul Eater said. "Forget it, let's take a look at the spoils first." Although it was getting late, Xiao Yang was rendered drowsy by the matter of Tianxing. "Senior, when you just passed by this stall, you told me secretly that this thing is useful, so what use do you think this thing is for?" Xiao Yang took out the stone from his arms and said immediately, "This stone looks very ordinary. If it is placed in the outside world, it will definitely be no different from other things, but now that the Soul Eater Master said that this thing is useful, then Xiao Yang naturally believes that this thing is useful." I'm afraid this thing is placed in the ghost world, and not many people know about it. However, the master of your human palace, White Fang, is a strong man. This thing is placed in the ghost world, and it is something that ghosts can't put it down. If you can take it away from ghosts, you can see how profound his strength is. Unpredictable. The Soul Eater said. Senior, don't betray you. Xiao Yang said. After being said by Soul Eater, Xiao Yang was even more looking forward to what this thing was. This thing should be related to the place where your sects competed this time, the Blood River. The Lord of Soul Eater carefully looked at it for a while and said. Xiao Yang's head was full of black lines. Although this thing is something of a ghost, I don't know what it is used for. But one thing is certain, this thing is related to Holy Flame. The Lord of Soul Eater said. How to open it? Xiao Yang rolled his eyes at the Soul Eater Lord. Asking for help is better than asking for himself, but when he heard the word Xingyang, his heart couldn't help beating violently. This thing must be opened with ghost energy, said Soul Eater. Ghost energy? Xiao Yang said in surprise when he heard this. Okay, I'll come. After the master of Soul Eater finished speaking, he directly activated the Soul Eater talisman, and a trace of ghostly aura was rendered towards the mysterious stone. Woohoo! And with the influx of ghost energy, the mysterious stone suddenly let out a series of extremely eerie mourning. This is. And with the continuous influx of ghost energy into the mysterious stone, the stone suddenly exuded a very strange aura, and then a trace of black gas kept floating from the stone. Ghost Qi. Xiao Yang was surprised when he saw that the ghost Qi emanating from the mysterious stone was very different from the Soul Eater talisman. Don't move, this is a pattern, don't destroy it, let it form slowly. Just when Xiao Yang was at a loss, the Soul Eater suddenly shouted, and his voice was full of excitement. What's wrong with this Soul Eater? Xiao Yang heard the words. Naturally he was some distance away from the ghost Qi of the mysterious stone, and then looked at the ghost Qi that was constantly entangled as if it was forming something. Ha ha ha. I never imagined that my Soul Eater Lord would spend his whole life to see it here. After a while, after all the black Qi in the mysterious stones that was waiting for him had emerged, the Soul Eater Lord's excitement came from the Soul Eater talisman. The voice, and Xiao Yang followed the voice of the Soul Eater, and it was a picture in front of him. And the picture was all condensed from black gas, and it looked rather blurry. The only thing that could be seen was that in the center of the picture, a cyan flame like a ghost was slowly burning. Holy flame! Xiao Yang raised his head in disbelief, and said bitterly at the corner of his mouth, how could this holy flame, which was extremely difficult to find in the past, be so numerous in Shentian Santian? Not to mention anything else, Xiao Yang, Muing and Yang Kai alone have 3 holy flames. If you add the holy flame in front of you, Shenling Continent alone has 4 holy flames. If this shocking news spreads out, I am afraid that Shenling Continent will be bloodbathed by other powerful strengths the next day. I don't know which holy flame this is. The fire heart Tianyang in Xiao Yang's body exuded an extremely fearful aura. It was certain that the holy flame in front of him was definitely ranked higher than Xiao Yang's current holy flame. The medicinal pills and materials I prepared to devour the holy flame can only allow me to touch those ranked 24th or later. If this holy flame is ranked 24th, I'm afraid I can only give up. Xiao Yang said slowly. Regarding the previous devouring of Huaxin Tianyang, although Xiao Yang's medicinal pills and materials have not been prepared, there is still some of Xiao Mu's power in the body of Huaxin Tianyang, so Xiao Yang swallowed Huaxin Tianyang with ease. However, the 7 flame flowers, Shu Shengdan, and blood spirit ice liquid prepared to devour the holy flame have not been used yet. The Qianhua was not found, so it was replaced by the Sanyanhua, and the blood spirit ice liquid had already been prepared in the Yin Corpse forest. As for the final Shu Shengdan, the medicinal liquid was ready. It was just because of the soul power refining pharmacist level is not enough, so there is no refining. Now encountering a holy flame, Xiao Yang has confidence to conquer. This holy flame is the holy flame in our ghost world. It's called Ghost Face Soul Flame. Calculating the list of holy flames, it should be the 24th holy flame. Just as Xiao Yang was thinking, the voice of the soul-devouring master suddenly came from the soul-devouring talisman. The voice was full of memorabilia, as if what do you know about this ghost face ghost? Ghost Face Soul Flame? Xiao Yang was secretly surprised when he heard the words. Although the name of this holy flame was a little strange, it was just within the limit that he could handle. Boy, don't be too happy too soon. This holy flame is not in your human world, but in our ghost world. So you just saw that this holy flame is contaminated with a lot of ghost energy, that's true. The Lord of Soul Eater suddenly smiled maliciously. When Xiao Yang heard this, his brows furrowed, Obviously he did not expect this ghost-faced soul flame to have such a history. Senior, I don't know the origin of this ghost-face ghost flame. Why did you fall into the ghost world? Xiao Yan said slightly, as if he wanted to find out some news from the Soul Eater. And the Soul Eater, who was hiding in the Soul Eater talisman, heard the words. His eyes dimmed slightly, obviously because Xiao Yan mentioned something sad. This video will end here.